You know what is about to happen. Do not deceive yourself. A dream can be a reflection, but it is also a push. What do you expect from this person? Clarity or empty promises? The other hesitates, reflects, suspends, and you wait, interpret, justify. None of this is uncertain. It is an addictive dance between expectation and reality. Do you believe that a dream can be the key? That a sign will change everything. The dynamic is the same. The cycle restarts. This person does not decide because they do not need to, and you remain believing in changes that never come. The bond persists because you feed it, not by strength, but by fear of ending it. As long as you are still available, nothing will change. Something needs to give. Time does not wait for you. Standing still is a decision. The messages you seek may be clear, but the courage to act must come from you. Reality has already been presented. You realize that the cycle repeats. Time is a pressing factor, but you confuse urgency with hope. Expectation becomes a comfortable shelter, while reality turns into a distant echo. This person is part of your routine, but not your life. You observe the gestures, the words, but everything is superficial. He or she talks about changes but does not move. You wait for promises, listen to loose phrases that never materialize. The other dives deep into the circumstances, finds excuses for every absence, and you convince yourself that this is love. But love is not living off scraps. Love is not subjecting yourself to an endless wait. It is mutual effort, a solid construction, not a skyscraper built on unstable ground. Perhaps you use guilt as a shield. If you could do more, if you could be different. These questions hammer in your mind, but they are just fog. What really matters is hidden beneath the surface. The truth is that you see the signs. They are there, clear as day. You refuse to accept it because it would require action. And you are not yet ready to cut ties. So you justify, rationalize, believe every empty word that is said. Meanwhile, loneliness creeps in, a shadow that keeps growing. You seek connection where there is distance. You allow yourself to be treated as a second option. This is not love, it's self-sabotage. But with every passing moment, the choice becomes more evident. You can continue in this dance. You can believe that a new tomorrow will bring something different, or you can face the truth. The pain of the end is inevitable, but the pain of waiting is unbearable. You don't need guarantees, you don't need promises, you just need the courage to act. This space between you two is not a murmur of love, but a deafening void, and it only grows over time. While you wait, the other person drifts away, and the more you submit, the harder it is to get out of this situation. Look around. Life will not stop. There are other paths, other people. Every minute you dedicate to this wait is a lost minute, a wasted potential. And guess what? The other person does not miss you. The absence is comfortable for someone who doesn't invest. Have you ever wondered why you allow this? There is an internal force blocking the way out. Perhaps a belief that change is synonymous with failure. But the real failure is being stuck in inaction. And the cost is too high. The bond persists because you feed it. Because you fear loneliness more than stagnation. But that loneliness is already your constant companion. It's time to face it. Face what you don't want to see. You are not alone in this, but the change depends on you. Every action counts. Every moment matters. Resistance only perpetuates the cycle, and the responsibility is entirely yours. When you realize this, the weight lightens. The burden becomes more bearable. You are not seeking approval. You are seeking the freedom to be who you truly are. The certainty that you no longer need to wait. That time doesn't wait for empty promises. You feel the need to breathe, to let go. This liberation is not an act of breaking but of rebirth, and it can be painful. But pain is fleeting. Stagnation is eternal. Every time you allow yourself to be disrespected, you distance yourself from yourself. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you are dimming yourself. There is no victory in being the last option. True love does not hide or retreat. True love is a constant presence. Now look at this scenario. Visualize the decision before you. The fear of loss is less than the fear of never having lived. What will you choose? Remain in the shadow or turn on the light? The power is in your hands, and this choice is not simple, but it is necessary. The reality has already been presented, and now you need to act. This light you fear to ignite also reveals the truth about yourself. The resistance you feel is a reflection of your insecurities. You may think you are dealing with the other person, but in fact, you are dealing with your own fear of facing yourself. It's easier to attribute it to the other person than to accept what's going on inside you. Every time you put your hopes in unmet promises, you distance yourself from your essence. You build sandcastles and watch as the tide takes everything away, but you insist on returning to the same place. This repetition is not just a choice, it is a trap. And you, in your need to be loved, deprive yourself of the freedom that comes from choosing yourself. Sometimes you need to face raw pain. There is no pride in staying where there is no reciprocity. Each passing day is a silent reminder of what could be, but never will. The other becomes a symbol of everything you desire but do not receive. And with each new absence, the wound deepens. But only you can decide to stop feeding it. You question whether it would be easier if the other had courage, but that doesn't matter. What matters is your courage to walk away, to take a step out of this invisible prison that you created yourself. The other does not nourish this connection. You do, and that is the root of the problem. This vicious cycle is part of a logic you use to justify your staying. You believe you are investing in something worthwhile, but what you are actually doing is accumulating frustrations. The uncertainty you live with is not love, it is dependence. And when dependence sets in, freedom flies out the window. Your desire for change does not align with the reality you face. Words become empty. Actions, on the other hand, speak loudly. And the actions that are missing say it all. This gap, this absence of movement, should be an alarm, not a reason for hope. You have found yourself searching for signs for so long that you forgot to observe what really matters. The lack of action from the other. The lack of genuine commitment. But understanding this is frightening. Because recognizing that you are settled in a situation that does not bring you happiness is to admit that you need to change. And change is not easy. It requires a sacrifice. And that sacrifice tends to be one of the most uncomfortable emotions, loneliness. You fear the void that may arise when you walk away, but that void is just a blank canvas, a space for you to rediscover who you really are. Memories begin to haunt. Moments that seemed significant now seem like mere echoes of what was not. You observe old conversations, photos, shared moments, and everything turns into memories distorted by idealization. These memories are traps because they keep you locked in a cycle of nostalgia. You wonder if it is possible to love someone who doesn't love you back. The answer is simple. No, the exchange does not exist. And you get frustrated because you forget that love is not synonymous with suffering. This idea that loving someone is always painful is a social construct, a belief you embraced. It is time to discourage this narrative. You start to see that love should be a fertile field, not an arid desert. And every moment you expose yourself to this emotional scarcity, you distance yourself from what you deserve. Every unanswered message is an exposed wound, and every silence becomes a deafening scream echoing in your mind. Look around you. You are surrounded by people who also care about you, those who are willing to be by your side unconditionally. This love does not require waiting. This love does not hide behind closed doors, and you have already wasted too much time believing in the promise of a love that was never real. If you allow it, this light can be your salvation. The fear of change turns into a catalyst. You no longer need to live by someone else's expectations. Your emotions are valid, your choices are valid. The weight becomes an unnecessary burden. Now start looking at yourself with the same compassion you would like to receive. Recognize your inner strength. From this recognition, choices become clearer, and you realize that the future is not an extension of the past. It is an open space for new possibilities. Life does not wait. And while you allow yourself to stay stuck in the cycle, other opportunities may arise. Other genuine connections can flourish. You have the power to transform the negative into the positive, as long as you are willing to take the first step. There is no Prince Charming nor saviors. There is you, and this is the only truth that matters. Now, the decision is in your hands. The reality has already been presented, and you need to act. You feel the pressure of time. The clock does not stop. Every second, a new possibility slips away. You look around. People live their lives, make their choices, move forward, and you, stuck in a cycle that only brings frustration. This is not truly living. The anguish of being stagnant is palpable. Have you noticed this? the feeling of being submerged in a sea of uncertainties, while the world continues to turn without you. You let life pass by, thinking there is still time. But time does not wait for promises. Time has no compassion. It advances pitilessly. And in this sea you seek anchors, empty hopes that float but never become solid. The other can be a point of reference, but should not be your only light. You need to start lighting your own flame. This internal spark is the only one that can illuminate your real path. Each day seems repetitive, the same routine, the same superficial interactions. And you wonder, is this all there is? Shouldn't love be a refuge? Shouldn't it bring comfort and security? You start to doubt yourself. Thoughts like, am I not enough or am I asking too much, permeate your mind. These thoughts are the chains that bind you. You find yourself seeking approval where there is none, and this consumes your energy, your vitality. Every ignored message becomes a burden. Every silence becomes a sharp knife, cutting deeper each day. Have you stopped to think about the cost of all this? The true emotional wear and tear is in your resistance to seeing reality as it is. The other may not realize the pain they cause, but you do. The question is, are you willing to look within and recognize that this pain is also your choice? A choice to remain in a space that does not nourish, but drains. Do you remember that conversation about plans and dreams? They were loose words that floated in the air but never materialized. Then you ask yourself, what remains when promises unravel? An empty echo. And this echo resounds, reverberating inside you, reminding you of what could have been but never was. Going back is a move that takes courage. And courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. You have the necessary strength, but you might have forgotten it. Or maybe you have allowed insecurities to stifle it. Look at yourself. What do you see? A reflection distorted by others' expectations. Detaching from this distorted mirror is essential. It's time to confront what is hidden beneath the surface. The fear of rejection, the anxiety of the unknown, all of it is paralyzing. But remember, the pain of walking away is temporary. The pain of remaining in inaction is eternal. And what do you truly want? You long for true expression, for a love that is not a silent mantra, but a vibrant symphony. If you do not allow yourself to leave this bubble, you will continue to live in the shadow of what could be. That person is not your identity. You are not defined by their presence or absence. You are more than that. There is a world out there, waiting to be explored. You find yourself lost in an emotional labyrinth that you built, but the exit is right there, in front of you. It takes courage to take the first step, to break this toxic dynamic of waiting for something that might never come. Life offers alternatives, but you need to open your eyes to see them. Look into the eyes of the people around you. Some of them have so much love to offer, love that does not demand sacrifice or waiting. Every genuine interaction can be a reminder that you deserve more. More than empty phrases and gestures without substance. You deserve wholeness, true connection. Look for those who genuinely care about you, those who make a point to be present and add value to your life. Recognizing this can be daunting, but it's a necessary step. And letting go too. It's time to detach from distorted memories, feelings that don't hold up. There's no healthy love based on illusions. When you finally understand this, a weight will dissipate. You don't need to be ashamed of seeking what you deserve. Love is not a prize to be won, but a natural state of being. And if you find yourself in a place where you are not valued, then it's time to reassess. The bond is not sustained solely by the desire to love and be loved. It also needs mutual respect and commitment. Reflect on what it means to you to be loved. The answers may be harsh, but they are essential. And in this reflection, the choice begins to become clear. The power to decide is yours. The past cannot be changed, but the future is open. Give yourself the freedom to explore new possibilities. You possess this strength and wisdom. Ultimately, the only constant in life is change. And as painful as it is, the pain of change will always be preferable to the pain of stagnation. Now, you must act. Don't let fear guide your decisions. Allow yourself to live fully, without restraints. The reality has already been presented. The next move is yours.